Tulsi Gabbard's a former 2020 presidential candidate who just left the Democratic Party, and she joins us now. So how do you interpret what went down in the House last night?
Jesse, I'm not a political pundit, but I can tell you, given the direction that things are headed, I think the thing that's most important to the American people is that whether they're Democrats or Republicans, do your job. Don't just worry about, well, which team won, which team lost, how do we strategize and maneuver in order to make sure that our team wins in the next election. There are so many very, very real issues and challenges that people are dealing with every day in this country, and they expect these people who just got elected or reelected to actually go there, do their job, and advocate for them rather than just pursuing partisan interests.
If they do launch a slew of investigations, which are worthy, do you think the voters are going to say, hey, guys, can you cut that partisan stuff out? Can you try to fix inflation or crime or the border?
I think every decision really does need to be weighed on how does this best serve the well-being and the interests of the American people, our national security, and our country. So I know the Republicans are talking about a whole slew of different things. What they really should be doing is weighing each and every one of them based on that context. How does this best serve the well-being of the American people in our country, and let that be the guidelines and the North Star in how they make their decisions.
Well, they should be able to do both. They should be able to provide oversight and find out what the Joe Biden family is up to, find out what's going down at the border, and also cut these purse strings in half because this inflation and spending is out of control. What would be the first thing if there was a Speaker Tulsi Gabbard? What would be the first thing you'd launch off with in the new Congress?
Ooh, that is that's a tough question because there's a lot of priorities. Dealing with inflation has got to be at the top of the list because I've just met over the last few weeks traveling the country a lot of folks who are really, really concerned about how they're going to afford to pay their heating bill and also take care of the basic necessities they need to provide for their families. I would address and undo all of the incredible overreach of this administration, abusing their executive power and violating our fundamental God-given rights and freedoms in the Constitution, and work on the crime. Crime is out of control, and securing our borders. I think those are really the top priorities that have an effect on our everyday lives that must be tackled by leaders in Washington.
Is it true that a non-member of Congress can be Speaker? Because there are rumors that you might be. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I know you are.
All right, Tulsi, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks, Jesse.